Welcome to the Music Plus Business video blog, hashtag MPB vlog, to keep up with videos posted on this blog. We discussed music managers part 1, who they are not. So today I would like to discuss with you music managers part 2, who they are. We won't have time to go through all the different types of music managers, and we won't have time to even go in depth talking about the music managers that I would like to address. If you haven't watched part 1, please do, so you can keep up. I laid some groundwork, so I'm just going to dive in talking about the different type of managers, what they do, how they get paid. So most of you probably want to know about the artist manager, so I'll start there and not waste your time or cause you to have to skip around, fast forward, and all of that. The artist manager is probably the number one manager that you'll need. If you can't have all of these managers that I'm going to discuss, you at least want to have this type of manager. Some people manage themselves and just have an entertainment attorney. They do everything themselves and have an entertainment attorney. Here's the thing about the music manager. I mean, the artist manager specifically, who is a music manager. The artist manager is someone who manages your career as an artist. And I also want to kind of use that term interchangeably to refer to people who manage any type of music professional, such as a songwriter or music producer. So the talent manager, the artist manager, manages your career and gets a percentage. Usually that is how they get paid. They are compensated based on a percentage. Personally, I would get a manager that is promising me work and promising me work within a certain period of time. Now, that is not the definition of an artist manager. It is an artist manager is not a person who goes out and books shows for you. An artist manager is not a person who goes out to get endorsement deals for you. However, if someone is going to be taking a percentage of your revenue, regardless of how the revenue came in, you may want to stipulate in the paperwork that this person has to get up off of their butt and start beating some doors down, kicking the doors down, coming in through the ceiling, Mission Impossible type of stuff on your behalf. Because if they're getting 9%, 10%, 15%, even 25%, they need to work for it. And I'm not saying that doing the paperwork and the administration and pushing papers is not work. It is, because I've done paper pushing on so many different levels in different business settings. But if you sign up with someone to manage your career and that person isn't managing you, and you come across a person that can get you some work and you sign them as your manager and you fire the other manager, you still have to pay them for the duration of the time that the contract stipulates. So you also want to put it in the contract that them getting you work within a certain amount of time is a condition. Okay, I may come back to artist managers. I want to kind of zip through this and get through the other types of music managers. The second type of music manager is, and this isn't in any particular order. I just put artist manager first because that's the main thing that people want to hear about. This person is who you refer people to when you're out and they say, "Oh, I want you to come do this. Can you come do that?" And you say, "Here, call my manager," and you give them the number. And the manager negotiates on your behalf. They're like a liaison for you. They're a mouthpiece. So that is work, and they should get paid for that. They should. And maybe you could set it up where, okay, you don't know a lot of people, you don't have a lot of connections, you can't get me gainful employment, but you know what you're talking about, and you know how to be professional, and you're intimidating, and you know paperwork. So I'm not going to give you 15%, 20%, but I'll give you 10%. It's all about what you negotiate. But a second type of music manager is a business manager. Now, a business manager, they may not know much about the music industry itself, but that's why you have an entertainment attorney, another video, and you have your artist manager, because they do know about how to manage the career of a music professional. They know the jargon, they know the terminology, or they at least know how to figure it out. But the business manager is a businessman. The business manager is a businesswoman. This person is just very woody and witty and clever when it comes to smart business concepts. And they just know paperwork in general. They will do things that make sure that all your companies are set up right. They may not know exactly what a publishing arm is, but they know what an EIN number is. They know what a business bank account is. They know what the IRS is. They know what a business license is. If you catching my drift, you may need the business manager to handle the ongoings of the business, such as paying the bills for the business, making sure that the website hosting is paid up, that the domain name hosting is paid up, to make sure that the utilities are stay on at the place of business, which may be your house. You may need a business manager. Sometimes a personal assistant will do stuff like that. They'll go pick up laundry and stuff like that. But you may have a business manager to handle the money, to make sure all your expenses are paid, from the utilities in your house to the utilities at the record label, the office that you have set up, all the way down to your child support, and making sure that all the people that you owe royalties to, or any type of invoices that you have, the business manager may get the invoices and make sure that everyone is paid, and keep documentation of all the payments that have gone in, and everything that has been received, all the payments that have gone out, and everything that has been received. I didn't do any notes because I didn't want to be up here talking forever, and I've already been talking forever. So if you have some questions about artist managers, business managers, or anything that was in part 1 of music managers and in this video, just inbox me or hit me up on Twitter at Music Plus Biz, Instagram at Music Plus Biz, Facebook.com/Music Plus Business, or here, you inbox me here, YouTube.com/Music Plus Business, Music Plus Business at gmail.com. You just contact me through the website, musicplusbusiness.com. So we talked about artist management. We talked about business management. Let's also talk about the road manager. The road manager, this is kind of basic. When you go out on the road, stuff is happening, you got to figure out, well, actually, you don't want to figure out nothing. So that's what the road manager does. The road manager keeps you from having to figure out everything. They let you know, okay, well, here's so-and-so. You didn't get your hair cut when we were in so-and-so. So here's somebody to come sit down. This person's finna cut your hair, okay? Then this person wants to come and interview you, and then we're going to talk about media manager when it talks about the interview. But the road manager may say, okay, here's somebody they want to come interview you. Okay, you got to go do sound check. Okay, matter of fact, let me drop you off at sound check now. I'm gonna go and make sure that your rooms are available. Get the keys for your hotel rooms. The road manager will what you call like advance the dates ahead of time. Make sure that the hotel rooms have been taken care of. Make sure that the flights have been taken care of. Make sure that the sound man has everything that he needs to do his job. If the you have your own sound man, sometimes the venue will have their sound man or whatever, but you'll still make sure that the sound man has everything that they need. um, Collecting the money, I mean, that depends on how you set that up. You may want a big, intimidating type of road manager dude to deal with the promoter to collect the money, or you might want to collect it yourself. You may not want the road manager in your business like that. Sometimes the road managers will get, they'll get a set fee, but sometimes they will also get a percentage based on some other things that they can do. Sometimes the road manager will set up a merch table at the venue. The road manager will, they may not necessarily book the dates for you. They can, some of anybody can book a date for you, but they will go over the contract and go over the rider to make sure that the rider has been signed, to make sure that you have everything that you need when you get to the show so you can do what you need to do. Bottled water, 2 call girls. I'm playing. I'm I'm not hey, I'm not saying, I ain't judging, I'm just saying people do. I mean, you may have a concierge type of road manager that goes out to procure. Okay, anyway, artist management, business management, road management. Let's talk about media management, media managers. Say you are out on the road and you do an interview. The road manager may say, this might be a good interview, or your artist, your artist manager, the talent manager may say, this might be a good interview to put on the website. This might be a good interview to put on the video blog. Let's make sure that we get a copy of this interview. Why? Because that interview, whether it's in audio format, video format, that is media. And so there may be a designated person within your camp that is in control of all of the media. So you may do interviews, that's video. You may do interviews in audio. You may have a lot of pictures taken. You may actually go on an actual photo shoot, or a photographer may come on scene or set, whether you're doing a music video or you're performing at a concert. And it's like, hold on, music, so video, audio of you talking, images of you, your likeness, your image, your personality, all of this is media, and this is great content for many reasons. Now, it's kind of a fine line today dealing with media and the media manager, because now oftentimes the media manager is also the social media manager, because this media that is being collected is content that could be used for the website, content that could be used for YouTube, Vimeo, Vine, Daily Motion, content that could be used for Facebook, content that could be used for Instagram, content that could be used for Pinterest, LinkedIn, and so on and so on and so on. It's also some some media and some content that can be used to package up in a certain way to update an EPK. EPK, different video. We will talk about 3 different types of EPKs in another video. That just came to me about the 3 different types of EPK. But this media may be used to update your EPK. So the media manager may want to collect all of this stuff about you, all of these flyers and posters and audio, video, podcast, blog information that goes on blog. They may want to turn that into a documentary one day and need to use media, images, content to create a documentary one day. That person is usually paid a salary, a monthly salary. Sometimes they go out on the road. It depends. It depends on how big your operation is. And you can have a huge operation and not want a whole bunch of people around you. Sometimes they'll go out on the road to collect content, to get media. Sometimes they just wait for somebody to send it to them. They wait for the artist manager to initiate this process, because oftentimes the interviewers or the people asking you for the content don't want to give you a copy of it. So sometimes the road manager or the artist manager will be proactive in making sure that they get a copy of that content, that media, because it is your likeness, your image, your personality rights. Artist management, business management, road management, content management, or media management. I prefer to say content management, because as soon as you say media management or media manager, people automatically think social media manager. It's not necessarily the same thing. And social media will be in the Marketing for Zealots playlist. I'm not going to talk about that right now. So number 5, number 1, artist management. Number 2, business management. Number 3, road management. Number 4, content management or media management. And number 5 is catalog management. Now, this is the nerdy stuff, the boring stuff, but I get enthusiastic talking about catalog management. It's interesting to me. Now, catalog management, well, first of all, a catalog manager may be paid not either a salary or percentage. Usually a catalog manager is paid both a salary and a percentage. Let me say it again, even though you can rhyme, say it again. A catalog manager is paid not either a percentage or a salary. A catalog manager is usually paid both a percentage and a salary. Why? Probably for the same reasons that songwriters and producers get paid an upfront fee and royalties. They create an atmosphere so that the creative process runs smoothly, and they get to live off the fruit of their labor in the form of residuals. A catalog manager manages your catalog. A catalog manager manages your music. Now, the reason why I didn't say music manager is because it's confusing. Because music that's also media. Any songs that come out, any remixes that you do with someone, that's media. So that goes in media. I'm not talking about the actual song itself that you upload to the website for people to hear or buy. I'm talking about the administration that goes on behind the scenes, the publishing administration, your set of musical works and your embodiments. The catalog manager will make sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. They will make sure that everything is registered with the proper um, um, agencies, like the of Congress. They'll make sure that the copyright is registered with the Library of Congress. They'll make sure that anybody that has done work with you, that if you're stepping out as a music publisher, that you can legally represent their publishing interests by having the different publishing companies set up. CSAC, SOCAN, ASCAP, BMI. They'll make sure that you have all that stuff set up so that you can represent all the writers that come through as their publisher, representing their publishing interests and your own, of course. I've been talking for a long time, so we're not going to revisit artist management. We're not going to revisit business management. We're not going to revisit road management. We're not going to revisit content management or media management. We're just going to wrap up here on catalog management. As I was saying, they're going to make sure that you're with everybody that you need to be with, whether it's free or $15 or $25, $250, $3,500. They're going to make sure that you're connected with the right people so that you get paid off your music. SAG-AFTRA, Sound Exchange, the Harry Fox Agency, Media Base, and the performing rights organizations that I mentioned. Again, a lot of footwork, a lot of paperwork. It's painstaking. It's a tedious process. So the person gets paid usually because of that, and then sometimes they might get paid 0.5%, 1%, all the way up to 3%. Now, a lot of these different things that we mentioned in part 1 and part 2 can be done by the same person sometimes, or a firm may do it all for 20%. A firm may do it all for 25%, or you may have a person that'll do both for 15%, and you'll have another person that will do 2 of those things for 6%. So it's really up to you about who you want to find to represent your interests, and look at the areas of their strengths and where they are weak. Do you know of someone else who is more capable to step in and pick up where the chain is weak at? You may end up having one person. If you're a music producer, it's a little easier. You can, and you watch videos like this, you can just learn the basics. You can negotiate on your own behalf and just have a lawyer to look over everything for you. When you are a touring artist with projects out, especially if you're blowing up. I live in Atlanta at the time that I'm posting this video, and people are blowing up here all the time, and they blow up and they blow back down because people allow their gift to take them where their character can't keep them. And when fools hate knowledge, fools despise knowledge. So when you don't have the mind to take care of the business first, when you don't have the mind to take care of the strong foundation, you'll get up there because your gift will make room for you, but you'll fall back down because you didn't have the development in your character to at least have the work ethic. You might have had the work ethic for the studio, but you didn't have the work ethic to learn the business. And even if you can't learn everything, because no one can learn everything, your lawyer doesn't know it all, your business manager doesn't know it all, your artist manager doesn't know it all, I don't know it all, but to at least learn enough to know that you don't know, so you'll know who to hire. The next few videos that I do will not be on publishing administration. I will talk about the 3 EPKs that you need to have. But before I do that, I want you to marinate on something that Marianne Williamson said. Marianne Williamson is a public speaker. She's an author. She speaks about spirituality and motivation. A quote of hers that is very popular has been oftentimes misattributed to Nelson Mandela. Nelson has said some great things, by the way, but this particular quote is by Marianne Williamson. She says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about you shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I've been before you laboring a little too long. I apologize for the amount of time, but I thank you for sticking with me and staying with me for this time. I don't take it lightly. I'm grateful for this time that we have spent together discussing your passion. See you next time. God bless you, and may God forever prosper you.